Let's say a police team from FCT CID, or from Force CID, or from State CID Banti Lagos. Maybe the team is investigating a fellow on suspicion of being in possession of fake dollar notes. And they've arrested the person, they've taken statement, or they just come into the person's house with a search warrant and a warrant of arrest. Because dollar bills or fake naira bills are things that you can easily slip into your pocket and drop anywhere. In that kind of scenario, because they are coming, it's not a hot chase, it's not a hot pursuit. There's no sense of urgency. When they come in, usually decent police officers, professionally minded police officers, will even remind you of your right to search them. So they will tell you, my name is XYZ, or I'm Detective XYZ from XYZ Police Department. We are here to search your house and your body. We are suspecting that you have naira notes or dollar bills suspected to be fake. Or we have suspicion that you have substances believed to be cocaine in your house premises. Here we are. You can search us before we commence our search. If they didn't ask for it, you can remind them of your right to search them. The reason why policing tradition and policing procedure allow this is because cocaine is something, for example, that you can slip into your pocket and drop off anywhere. The same thing with fake dollar bills. So you search them, and then you go ahead and search. But if they have come to the house to search for stolen TVs, stolen air conditioners, I mean, it is purely academical. It will be just a pure academic request for you to say you want to search them, because you know they can't carry a piece of television set and then smuggle it into your room without you seeing them. So it depends on the scenario. But this scenario is applicable usually when there's an ongoing investigation and police officers have come to search you, and the item or items they are looking for are such that it can easily be dropped off by an unscrupulous officer. Items like fake currency notes, items like drug or other kind of substances, items like forged documents that someone can just slip off and drop off somewhere. Those kind of items that can easily be hidden and one can easily plant it to incriminate you. This is a tradition, and that's why even operatives from the narcotics, not just in Nigeria, but narcotics worldwide, will insist that you search them before they search you, before they search your house. You will search them before they search your office. You will search them before they search your body. So when I made that statement, or when we made that statement, I think our error is the fact that we didn't take time to explain the scenario, and people took it hook, line, and sinker, forgetting that it is a general statement and that it has got some exceptions to the rule.
Okay, so what is the total number of arrests made in Operation Poor Father?
So far, we've arrested for the first 2 months, that's between 5th of April when the operation was launched and 5th of June. That's the last statistics we took. We've arrested a total of 2,175 suspects. are most of the suspects are persons connected with kidnappings as well as banditry within the northeast, northwest, and north central. That's the statistics of suspects arrested in connection with kidnapping and banditry. We also have a large number of suspects that were arrested in connection with murder related incidents, and we have over 300 suspects that were arrested in connection with homicide cases. And like I said earlier on, we recovered a total of 19,172 live ammunition. So I can safely say we recovered over 19,000 live ammunition of different calibers. And on weapons, we recovered a total of 834 weapons of assorted mix, ranging from AK-47 rifles to Beretta rifles to LA rifles and to locally fabricated weapons. Then on the rescue, we rescued a total of 63 persons. 4 of them are Chinese, the rest are Nigerians. And you can see why we consider Operation Pofada a huge success. And the statistics I'm giving you is just the statistics for 2 months. Probably by the end, in the next few weeks, we will also be giving you an updated statistics, and probably we will also be briefing you on other major achievements we've made. We are following up on the International Arms Smuggling Syndicate. We are working with our colleagues, other police departments across West Africa, as well as the central parts of Africa. So we're also collaborating with Interpol to ensure that we're able to absolutely and totally stop the movement of weapons from the northern part of Africa through the Sahel region into West Africa.
Okay. In the past, some police officers were deployed to the northeast to fight Boko Haram, which, according to speculations, resulted in protests. What is the situation now?
Well, the current Inspector General of Police came on board 15th of January 2019, and from that time till now, we've not had any incidents of protest anyway. The welfare and well-being of our officers is key, is paramount to the Inspector General of Police. We've not had any incidents of any kind of complaint, no protest whatsoever, and I don't want to comment on something I don't have the facts on.
Okay. Now, when should Nigerians expect an end to banditry, kidnappings, and other crimes that has ravaged Zamfara and some parts of Nigeria?
Fundamentally, Nigerians are already seeing the massive gains of Operation Pofada. Abuja Kaduna Road, for example, was a no-go area. Today, life has returned to normalcy on that route. The same thing is being replicated in other parts of the country. The most important thing is not for me to give a deadline, but the most important thing is our commitment to ensure that we reverse the trend, the ugly trend of the past. And that we are committed to doing. Nigerians, whether they live in Bayelsa or they live in Sokoto, whether they live in Umahia or they live in Zaria, whether they live in Enugu or they live in Bukuru in Jos, whether they live in Castina or they live in Port Harcourt, whether they live in Oshogbo or they live in Jalingo, must have a sense of safety. For the Inspector General of Police, the entire country, every inch of the soil of Nigeria falls within his constituency. His responsibility is to provide security for lives and property of everyone living in this country. And that's our goal. Our commitment is total. Our determination is strong. Our passion is unrivaled. We will continue to push on until we free every part of this country from the clutch or clutches of the bandits and return normalcy to every corner and every part of Nigeria. These are our commitment, and we will work assiduously and trusting God and believing in the cooperation and support of Nigerians, we will achieve those set goals.
And what are your final words to Nigerians?
Mine should be more of words of gratitude. The truth is, most of these massive achievements we've made, most of those massive recoveries we've been able to carry out, were not done in isolation. They were done in partnership with members, with the citizens of this great country. Nigerians have shown increased support and increased faith and trust in our capacity to deliver. I just want to thank them for those support. I want to thank them on behalf of the Inspector General of Police for those bits and pieces of information, those human intelligence they've been supplying us that have aided us in the carrying out of our statutory functions. And I want to urge them not to rest and to continue to support us and to continue to be there for us and to be reassured that we'll also continue to stand in gap for them.
And we most sincerely thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And I have been speaking with the spokesperson of the Nigerian Police Force in person of DCP Frank Umba. He has shared his thoughts on the activities of men of the Nigerian Police Force in safeguarding lives and properties of citizens, and also appealed to Nigerians to continue to be law-abiding, while also thanking them for the successes recorded in their operations. This is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of Rootstv Exclusive. Keep watching Rootstv Nigeria.